Greetings and salutations. This is Mr. G, and we're going to take just a really brief little jaunt through the circle of fifths. We're going to learn how to draw it, and then we're going to start to see some of the things we can use the circle of fifths to help us with in our pursuit of music. So the circle of fifths, learn it, love it, use it. The first thing you got to do is you got to draw a circle. Makes sense. It's a circle of fifths, right? It starts with a circle. Now, think of the face of a clock. Noon is at the top, 6 o'clock is at the bottom, 3 and 9 o'clock on the sides. Draw the 12 positions of the clock face as you see here, and draw a dotted line down the middle from top to bottom as shown. Starting at the top, you put a 0 on the inside of the circle, and then you're going to number the stations like a clock from 1 to 6, clockwise motion going from the top to the bottom. And you're going to continue in clockwise, but you're going to start counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to your clock face, which is, I guess, no longer a clock face because the numbers are messed up, look like this. 0 at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the bottom, continuing around, counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we are going to put letters around the outside of the circle. Starting at the top, we will start with the letter C. Now this is called the circle of fifths because, well, we're moving up by fifths. C up to G is 5. C, D, E, F, G. So C to G, G to D is 5. D to A is 5. A to E is 5. E to B is 5. And B to F sharp is 5. Now, you don't have to count if you can remember that cats go down alleys eating biscuits fighting. Let's put a little sharp down at the bottom. Cats go down alleys eating biscuits fighting. These are the keys that contain sharps in them, with the exception of C, which has 0 sharps. I think you're probably beginning to see already what the numbers might help us with. But let's go to the next one. Starting at the top again, C is 0. Moving around to the left in a counterclockwise motion, so we're going to put these letters F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. Again, C is 5 above F, which is 5 above B flat, which is 5 above E flat, which is 5 above A flat, which is 5 above D flat, which is 5 above G flat. Now, I haven't come up with a really snappy little saying. We could go maybe fat boys eat all donuts grunting. We could do that. Fat boys eat all donuts grunting. They kind of do. And with the exception of F, you put a flat in front of each one of the letters. Maybe you could come up with something that was snappy. But on the left, beginning with 11 o'clock, we place these letters as you see here. These are the keys that have flats in them, except for the key of C, which has no sharps, no flats. All right, what does it all mean? Well, the letters on the outside of the circle represent the 12 most common keys that we use in Western music, as in Western Hemisphere, not country Western. And the numbers on the inside of the circle tell us how many sharps or flats are in each of the keys shown on the outside of the circle. So the key of A has 3 sharps. The key of E flat has 3 flats. The key of B flat has 2 flats. The key of E has 4 sharps. So how do we use this information? You ask all the right questions. Every piece of music has a key signature. That key signature will contain sharps or flats, never both. Count the number of sharps or flats you see and find that number on this diagram. The letter outside the circle adjacent to that number tells you what key you're in. For instance, how many flats do you see here in this one key signature? There's 3 flats. Find the number 3 on the circle on the flat side, the left, and tell me, what key are we in? We're in the key of E flat. All right, look at the sharp key signature we have there. How many sharps do you see? Well, I see 5 sharps. So what key are we in? Well, go to the sharp side of this diagram, find the number 5. And what's the letter next to it? B. We are in the key of B. Now, what does that tell us? Well, knowing the key of a song tells us what chords we can expect to see and what scales we can use for soloing. For instance, E flat. E flat tells us we have 3 flats. We can use the E flat major scale, the C minor scale, the E flat major pentatonic scale, the C minor pentatonic scale, and all of the chords in the E flat chordal scale. If you know what key signature you're in, this is the information you have. And you can see I've written down the E flat chordal scale for you. The key that has 5 sharps, we said that was B, right? Well, that tells us we can use the B major scale, which means we can also use the G sharp minor scale, the B major pentatonic scale, the G sharp minor pentatonic scale, and all of the chords in the B major scale. Once you know the key signature of a song, there's a lot of information all of a sudden that is at your fingertips that you can draw from. Now, what if you know that it's a B flat major scale, but you don't know what notes go in a B flat major scale? Well, let me help you with that. Sharps and flats show up in a very specific order in the key signature. I have in the upper left here the order of flats. Flats will show up in the key signature in this order. They never get out of order. So you see here it's B, E, A, D, G, C, F. I have a little saying, boys eat all greasy cheese fries. That's how you remember the flat keys. The sharp keys, F, C, G, D, A, E, B, or fat cats go down alleys eating biscuits. And if you notice, the flat keys and the flats and the sharps are in reverse order with each other. B, E, A, D, G, C, F are the flats. F, C, G, D, A, E, B are the sharps. So let's say, for instance, how many flats are in B flat? Well, 2, right? Look at our diagram. I've highlighted it for you. So what are the first 2 letters in the order of flats? Well, that would be B and E. So those are the letters that get flats next to them. The next step then is write out the letter names for the B flat scale. But don't worry about putting flats in yet. Just write the letter names. Now remember, in the musical alphabet, we go to G and then we start over again. So starting with B, we're going to go from B to B. B, C, D, E, F, G, start over, A, B. Now put flats next to the letters that we identified above. Flat next to the B, flat next to the E. So now we have B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. We have the B flat major scale. Now that you know the notes of the B flat major scale, how does that help us? Well then, now we know the key we're in, B flat. It gives us the major scale we're using, B flat, which also tells us our related minor scale, which is going to be G minor, the major pentatonic scale, which is going to be B flat, the minor pentatonic scale, which would be G minor, and the B flat chordal scale, B flat, C minor, D minor, E flat, F, G minor, A diminished, and B flat. Now we've covered these, what these things mean in another part of our book on music theory, but you can see right now, I'm hoping you can see, that you can use a circle of fifths to tell you almost everything you need to know about whatever song you're wanting to play. If you know songs in B flat, this is the information you have at your disposal. I hope this helps a little bit. There's more to it than this, but this is a good place to start. This is Mr. G, and I'm out of here.